What's up guys, Jay here from Tap and Turn Gaming, coming at you with a little bit of a different video today. Kind of breaking trend from our usual stuff that's on our channel, you know, deck techs, gameplays, things of that nature. I figured I'd come at you guys today with kind of a review and like a pricing guide kind of video for deck boxes, obviously. So I have 3 different deck boxes here in front of me. All 3 of these deck boxes I physically own. These boxes are more or less the ones that I almost exclusively use for my EDH decks. These boxes are all UltraPro products. So basically what this video will consist of is the pros and cons of each box, you know, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and the price, obviously, because you know, each one of these boxes will run you a different amount of money out of your wallet. So let's start with this box right here. This is the UltraPro Pro deck box. So this one's pretty much the most rudimentary, basic one that you can get. You know, it's relatively durable. It's made of plastic. Let's open it on up here. So on the inside, obviously, it can hold, you know, a full EDH deck of 100 cards. And you also have a little bit of wiggle room in there as well. Actually, it's a pretty decent amount of wiggle room. So if you have, you know, maybe a sideboard for your deck, maybe you have some cards that you just happen to be storing in here, maybe you're thinking about cutting cards into a deck, you haven't figured out what you want to cut out of it yet, you know, maybe you're storing extra cards back here. But, you know, this box has pretty ample space inside of it. So as far as the storage space goes, this box gets my thumbs up. It has ample room. You know, obviously I got my Titania Protector of Argoth deck in this box, and I've got plenty of extra room. So, you know, if I had a sideboard or just other cards in general that I wanted to stick in here, I could do so. Now, this box, you know, nothing fancy about it. You know, the only other real thing worth noting is the tab here on the top where you could write, you know, something on it. Maybe you want to write the name of your deck, so you know which one it is, you know, whatever you want to do. There's, you know, that little tab right there that you can use to write whatever you want on it. But I mean, other than that, there's really not much else to this box. I mean, overall, I like this box. It's you know, it's basic, but it's, you know, it gets the job done. You know, it's made of plastic, like I showed you inside. It's got plenty of space for your cards. And as far as the opening and closing goes, you know, pretty basic. You just flip it open like that, you know, and it closes shut. You know, it's not gonna fall open or anything like that. You know, it's very secure. It's not gonna, you know, if you carry a lot of your stuff around with you in a backpack or whatever, if you're going to gaming stores, you know, to pre-releases, stuff like that, and you're carrying decks around, if you have a deck in this box, you pretty much don't have to worry about this popping open for any reason, your cards spilling everywhere. The only thing that I would say is kind of a con about this, and I don't, this hasn't happened to me, but the only thing that I could really see about this box, maybe over time, this little crease here on the back, you know, with extended opening and closing, you know, that little crease right there could potentially wear away, become cracked or something like that, and you may need to replace it. I haven't had an issue like that with any of my boxes, but, you know, it could happen, you know, depending on how well you manage your stuff, you know, how often you open and close the box. You know, that's the only real kind of con that I have about this box. But I mean, other than that, it gets my thumbs up. You know, it's basic, it's cheap. As far as the price for this box goes, this box will generally run you at MSRP about $2.99. So it's the cheapest box that you can get, but it gets the job done. You know, nothing flashy, nothing fancy, but, you know, if you just want something to house your EDH deck, this guy will get the job done for you. So this is the UltraPro Pro deck box. Moving on to our second box. This is called the UltraPro Mana Flip deck box. So out of the three, this is probably the fanciest looking box, I would say. You know, you have each one of, actually I don't believe these are in print anymore. So I went on ultrapro.com just to find out exactly what the names of these boxes were for the purpose of this video. And when I found these, they say they were out of print. So, I mean, I know the Battlegrounds, my local gaming store still sells these, you know, but if you're shopping on ultrapro.com, you may or may not be able to get these still. But irregardless, you know, this box is pretty fancy looking. This isn't real leather, it's faux leather. But, you know, it has a nice feel to it. You know, you got some nice etchings on the front of it here on the flap of obviously the mountain symbol here. You can get ones for each color of mana. This one I have happens to be the red one. So, you know, you got the mana symbol etching here on the front. You get a nice little Magic the Gathering logo here on the bottom. Flipping it to the side, you know, obviously it's an UltraPro product. And then on the back again, we've got the mana symbol and the Magic the Gathering logo. So let's open this guy on up. Now, this is one of the cons that I have about this box when we open it up. So, I have a full 100 card EDH deck in here. You basically have no room after you get a 100 card deck in this box. Aside from this, you know, kind of void right here that's actually not big enough to put a card in, I don't believe. I mean, we could try it out real quick. Yeah, not large enough to put cards sideways. So basically, you put your EDH deck in here, your 100 card deck, and you more or less don't have any more room in here. You could probably maybe squeeze a couple, maybe a few cards in the back here if you push the deck forward with your finger. But other than that, you get your deck in here and you're out of room. You know, it's not difficult to get your deck out of this box, but, you know, I feel like sometimes it's a little bit more tedious than it should be. You know, to get your deck in there, obviously, relatively easy. But to get it out, you know, you have to get your finger back there, push it forward, get your finger back there, and use your index finger and your thumb and pull it out. I've had instances with these boxes where I go to do that. Maybe I've put new sleeves on my deck and they're a little slick, and upon trying to pull the deck out, you know, my fingers slip off of the sleeves and the cards go spilling everywhere. So that's one of the cons that I have about this box. Another con that I have about it is the flap itself. This flap is just magnetic. So when you flap it over like this, it just closes shut like that. It's a very weak way of, you know, sealing this box up. I've had issues where, you know, if I'm carrying this in a backpack or something like that, see, you know, if it gets thrashed around in your bag or whatnot, you could have your cards just go spilling all over the place. I didn't use much force there when I tipped it upside down and shook it, and the flap just opened up and the cards went spilling everywhere. So that's another con, I guess you could say, I have with this box. The price for this box, I guess, probably is another con of mine personally. This box, out of the three that we have here in front of us, is the most expensive one. This box at MSRP will run you about $15, $14.99. So this is the most expensive box, but, you know, you're basically just paying for the faux leather and the etching on it. I mean, it's not a bad box by any means, but I probably won't be buying any more of these. When I first saw these, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool, you know, it's got the mana symbol on it, it, you know, looks nice, it's a fancy little box, I think I'll pick one up for 15 bucks. You know, it's not too expensive. I mean, it's not going to break the bank to spend 15 bucks. But, you know, if you're on a budget or something like that, you know, you probably want to stray away from these boxes. And if you want something that's really secure, you definitely want to stray away from these. Because, like I said, that little magnetic flap just doesn't get it done for me. It's, you know, just too easy for that flap, see, you know, just to come on open and for your cards to just go spilling everywhere. And the storage as well. Yeah, it fits your 100 card deck, but if you have other cards, maybe a sideboard or whatever, you essentially have no more room once you get your 100 cards in there. All right, so that is the UltraPro Mana Flip box. Lastly, we're going to take a look at this box here, which is the UltraPro Satin Tower. And me personally, this is my favorite box out of the three. You know, it looks nice. It has a nice, you know, matte finish to it. It just has a nice feel to it. You know, it's got a nice little UltraPro emblem right there on the front and on the back as well. Well, let's open this on up. So this top portion just kind of lifts off. Obviously, I have my Kalia of the Vast deck in here, but let's take a look at storage. So, you know, I've got my deck here, and then I've got, you know, pretty ample amount of space inside the box for extra cards, you know, like whether it be a sideboard or just random cards that you happen to have inside here. So you do have some extra room for additional cards outside of your deck. So, I mean, that's more or less the storage aspect of it. As far as the security of it, with it, you know, potentially popping open, you won't get that here. This is a very secure box. So once you get this little top part off, which, you know, you can kind of use, you know, to house things as you're playing, you know, maybe you can, you know, keep this off to the side and stick your graveyard in there, or, you know, if you have, you know, if you don't want to sit your deck down like this, you know, you could prop your deck up like that if you want. You probably wouldn't want to do that because then your opponent's going to probably see your bottom card, but irregardless, you know, you could use this top portion, you know, to put stuff in or whatever while you have the top of it off. But again, going back to the security of this box, you put this back on top and that closes very securely. It just clicks right into place. You'll see what that little rattling is in a minute, but this ain't gonna pop open. You could thrash it around all you want. It's not gonna pop open on you. Very secure box. Now, going to what that little rattling sound is, and what I really do like about this box, it has an additional compartment on the bottom that you can store dice in. Dice, you know, counters, anything like that, you know, extra things that you may use during a game. I happen to have D20s in here, but it's a nice little touch. You know, a little extra storage compartment that attaches to the bottom of the box that you can keep dice or whatever you want to keep in there. So I really do like that feature a lot. Now, as far as the price of this box goes, it's kind of in the middle. The price of this box, MSRP, is $10.99. So it's a little bit cheaper than the Mana Flip box. You know, it's substantially more than just the basic UltraPro Pro deck box. But my personal opinion on this, this is my favorite box out of the three. I just like the look of it. It's got a nice matte finish and feel to it. You know, it's got the nice little shiny UltraPro symbol on the front and back. The security of this box is very good. You don't have to worry about it tipping upside down and all your cards spilling everywhere. And the little extra dice compartment on the bottom is just, it really sold me on it. It just was a really nice little feature. So that's more or less my pros and cons of these three boxes. If I had to rate them from my favorite to my least favorite, I'd probably go with the UltraPro Satin Tower as my number one. I just personally really like this box. I really do. You know, if you're on a budget and you want something to house your deck in, you probably want to go with the UltraPro Pro deck box. You know, these run you $3, so it's real cheap. I mean, it's nothing flashy or fancy, but it gets the job done, and you don't have to worry about, you know, if you're carrying this around in a bag of it spilling open and your cards going everywhere. It's secure, it's basic, it gets the job done. So if you're on a budget, I would say go with one of these, the UltraPro Pro deck box. It's going to hold your 100 card deck, and you've got plenty of extra space inside. As far as the mana flip box goes, I would say stay away from those. Yeah, they may look nice, they may look cool. You know, the little etchings on the front may draw you to it and make you want to spend the extra money. But me personally, I would stray away from these boxes. They're just not worth $15. If the inside compartment had a little bit more space, and if the front of this box didn't just so shoddily close with this little magnetic flap that just easily pops open if your decks are getting thrashed around in a backpack when you're carrying them around with you, I would probably say, hey, you know, if you want something flashy, go with this box. Because it is a pretty flashy box. It looks nice. It really does. But as far as the storage and the security of this box, I give it a thumbs down. I just don't really like these boxes. They just don't get it done for me. I own a couple of these, but I probably won't be buying any more of them. I'm going to stay away from them. You know, if I have the extra money, I'll go with the Satin Tower every time. It's my favorite one. If I don't and I just need something cheap, I'll go with the UltraPro Pro deck box. You know, if I want to waste my money and have a box that looks nice but isn't very secure and doesn't have a lot of storage, then I'll go with the Mana Flip box. So, you know, for my number one, we'll kind of put them in order here. My number one would be the Satin Tower. You know, my number two would be the UltraPro Pro deck box. And lastly, I would put the Mana Flip box. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. You know, if you are looking for deck boxes for an EDH deck that you built, I hope this video, you know, helped you maybe make a decision on what to buy, you know, depending on your budget or how much money you have or how much money you're willing to spend. So yeah, this has been Jay with Tap and Turn Gaming. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You know, if you guys want to see more videos like this on my personal reviews and pricing on, you know, products like this, you know, leave me a comment in the comment section below the video. Let me know that you liked the video, or if you have suggestions of other products that you'd like to see me review, you know, and give listings on the prices for them. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys want to see more videos like this. But yeah, again, this has been Jay with Tap and Turn Gaming. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you later. Thanks a lot.